Well, here's an update on our tomatoes. The reason that they're looking so dead is they have spider mites real bad. Mr. Laughlin told me that he said this late in the season not to worry about treating for them, to just keep watering them, you know, and that because they're continuing to grow up at the top, and they're continuing to set tomatoes on. These are the celebrities, and you can see they're still setting fruit, but the spider mites are just sucking the life out of them. They're a little they're I think you can see they're a little almost microscopic little pest. He said that they used to have a product that he could use on the tomatoes, and they've taken that off the market. He said I should ask at the ag store the next time I go, and if there's something else now. He said what he knows about is there's an oil, there's a treatment for them, but it's an oil, and he's afraid that it'll kill the blooms on the tomatoes. So that's the thing. He said this late in the year, he said usually he has trouble with them a lot earlier in the season. So if anybody has good advice on how to prevent spider mites or how to treat for them at the beginning, I would really like to hear it. And then I can, as you can see, they're still got plenty of tomatoes. I've gathered over 300 pounds of tomatoes so far, and there's probably at least 100 pounds of tomatoes on all these vines right now, of ripe ones. I've canned them, I've given them away, and we've eaten them, and it's just been really nice. Had a great crop. I'm really happy. The celebrities will definitely grow again. The early girls were great too, but the celebrities are just phenomenal, and they keep really well after being picked for a long time, which is a real good thing. So I just kind of wanted to give you all an update. I'm not going to make this very long, but I just wanted to show you, you know, even in spite of having all these pests, I picked a tomato hornworm off of one of them yesterday and squished him. Of course, there's grasshoppers everywhere. And there have been some kind of stink bugs. I think they're what they call a leaf foot bug, all over the plants almost from the beginning. It doesn't seem to have hurt them. There's one of them. Yeah, there's that. What that is? I don't know what they are or what they've done, unless they're what's causing. Let me see if I can find one. Some of them have some blotches. Now, a lot of these you can see have sun scald really bad. The heat has been over 100 for weeks now, which is, you know, it's August in Texas. That's going to happen. Oh, and there's a praying mantis. This is fun, getting to see all the different bugs that are out here. Now, praying mantis is a good thing. Yep, we won't bother her, and so she'll, you know, hopefully set some eggs, and then next year they'll be able to help control some of the other bugs on the tomatoes. I've got to pick some more and get them canned. I'm just canning them plain. That way I could just, I've got too many to do, and you know, taking the time to do all these different things with them is just too much right now. So I'm going to pick today. There's a grasshopper. There's one grasshopper. And there's a butterfly. There's lots of different kinds of butterflies been in here. I don't know what kind that one is. I'm not very good at identifying butterflies. I have several sites bookmarked, and I think I have a book about them. And there went some kind of a wasp. Well, let's just see what else. My I've watered these tomatillos every time I've watered the tomatoes, which is twice a day for the past month. And they still have not produced as well as I've had tomatillos before that produced like crazy. These have not done so well. See, that one's not filled yet. I've only gathered out of these 3 big plants. I've only been able to gather one small bowl of them. The basil is, see, this is as tall as it's gotten. It hasn't done real well this year either, so I'm not sure what about that. I've had basil before that's just grown huge, and my neighbor last year, gardening right back there, had basil that just grew huge too. So not real sure why it's not done as well this year, but that's how things go, you know. Some years you have a big crop of one thing, and some years you have something else. These big beefsteak tomatoes, I don't know what variety they are. It was supposed to have been a 6-pack of of early girls, and instead it was these nice big beefsteaks, which is great. I really like them. Of course, they're not near as productive. It takes them a lot longer to get big and to ripen, but it's nice to have some of those. So I think I'll probably put out a few of these again this year, this coming year. This plant has not produced a good tomato. It's, I think, the beefsteak type, but they've been sickly. Every tomato on it, I don't think I've picked one good tomato off of it. They've been sickly. They've all had blossom end rot. So this spot or that plant, for some reason or other, is just less than desirable. These are the early girls down here. Now I've picked everything off of these several times, and they've still put on. But as you can see, they're finally kind of, they're still blooms. But they are not setting fruit like the celebrities are. So all I've been doing to try to keep the mites down, the spider mites down on the celebrities, is just spraying them with water in the afternoons or in the mornings when I water them, to kind of knock those things off. If you've got any ideas on that, I'd love to hear it. Thanks a bunch. Appreciate you all watching my channel. All right, bye.